Cross-party talks between Sunak and Labour MP spark debate. Farage weighs in. In a political development that's drawing national attention, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak recently engaged in behind-the-scenes discussions with a senior Labour MP regarding a shared economic initiative aimed at easing pressures on local councils. While cross-party collaboration is not new to British politics, the private nature of this dialogue has sparked debate among commentators, with some figures like Nigel Farage calling for greater transparency. The meeting, confirmed by both Downing Street aides and sources within the Labour Party, took place in a closed-door session earlier this month. The purpose? To explore bipartisan solutions for struggling local governments facing budgetary shortfalls and rising demands on public services. According to government insiders, the discussion centered on a proposed reform package that would allow greater fiscal flexibility for councils in England and Wales. Local authorities, particularly in economically challenged areas, have voiced concern over funding gaps in areas like social care, waste management, and housing support. The Labour MP involved, whose name has not been officially released in government briefings, has reportedly championed the idea of revisiting outdated formulas used to distribute central government funds. The Prime Minister's team, meanwhile, is said to be exploring short-term adjustments that could be implemented ahead of the next budget cycle. While the proposal remains in early stages, supporters of the dialogue argue that cooperative efforts like these are necessary to break the gridlock of party politics and deliver practical benefits to communities. Nigel Farage, former leader of UKIP and the Brexit Party, weighed in on the reports during a televised segment on GB News. While he didn't dismiss the value of cross-party collaboration outright, he raised concerns about accountability. "This kind of conversation is perfectly legitimate," Farage said, "but when it happens behind closed doors and involves major public policy decisions, the public deserves to know what's being discussed. Transparency is non-negotiable." His comments echoed a wider sentiment among certain voters who view back-channel negotiations with skepticism, especially at a time when trust in political institutions remains fragile. Reaction to the meeting has been split. Some citizens see it as a rare moment of political maturity in a landscape often marked by partisan division. Others, however, question why the conversation wasn't disclosed earlier and whether it suggests undisclosed compromises that voters should be aware of. "I don't mind cross-party dialogue," said one voter interviewed by the BBC, "but I do mind secrecy. If there's nothing to hide, why not be open about it?" Political analyst Harriet Lowe points out that these concerns reflect a broader trend. Post-Brexit Britain is still recovering from years of political polarization. Any cooperation across the aisle needs to be accompanied by clear communication and transparency to maintain public trust. The context for this meeting is key. With the UK facing ongoing economic uncertainty and local governments warning of service cuts without emergency support, time is of the essence. The Prime Minister's administration has also been under pressure to demonstrate leadership beyond party lines, particularly as the country prepares for its next general election. Labour, meanwhile, has signalled a willingness to be pragmatic on certain issues, including public services and fiscal responsibility. The cross-party nature of this meeting may signal a broader shift in how Parliament approaches problem-solving in the months ahead. Experts note that while private political conversations are common, they usually follow established protocols. It's not uncommon for MPs across party lines to discuss bills, committee matters, or local constituency concerns informally. What's more unusual is for such talks to become focal points of public attention, especially when the Prime Minister is directly involved. Dr. Martin Clark, a lecturer in political ethics at the University of London, commented, "Democracy requires both deliberation and disclosure. The challenge for today's leaders is striking the right balance, solving problems efficiently while keeping the public informed." No formal proposals have emerged from the meeting yet, but insiders suggest that a pilot scheme to test revised funding mechanisms could be unveiled later this year. If successful, it may pave the way for more structured cross-party cooperation, though it's likely that political optics will be carefully managed moving forward. For now, the government has not released a full transcript of the meeting but confirmed that it was constructive and policy-focused. Opposition leaders have remained mostly silent, possibly awaiting more details before issuing public commentary. The emerging story of Rishi Sunak's private policy discussion with a Labour MP reveals both the promise and the pitfalls of behind-the-scenes governance. While the public appetite for cross-party cooperation is growing, so is the demand for openness. Farage's comments have amplified those concerns, but they also underscore a deeper truth. Politics is no longer just about what leaders do, but how they communicate their decisions. Do you believe more cross-party collaboration is what the UK needs right now, or does it risk blurring political lines and confusing the electorate? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you value thoughtful political coverage that breaks down complex issues without bias, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We'll continue bringing you the full picture every step of the way.